Hi again, this is Genevieve from the blog gracefullyhome.com, and today I'm sharing some of the ways that we like to preserve our food and prepare for those unforeseen situations that can inevitably arise. Make sure to watch until the end to see a recent one that hit extremely close to home. It's been a super busy but rewarding 2 weeks on the farm. Along with all the things that come with spring cleaning and garden work, I was able to attend a local women's fellowship homesteading event with some friends from our church. Most of the speakers were women that shared at the Homesteaders of America events and held at a venue less than an hour away, which is ridiculous because we live so far out in the middle of nowhere that when I heard about this event from a friend at church, I thought, okay, I'll go. This is really a great opportunity. I've been praying for just like-minded women to come into our lives and be able to fellowship with them and to be able to just be a part of a community that is, again, like-minded in our values and our beliefs and how we're trying to raise our family and how we want to grow our own food. Along with the homesteading event, the kids and I took a trip to a new friend's farm. And she was one of the speakers, and she hosted chick days on her farm. And that was really fun because typically we will either go to Tractor Supply and pick up chicks, or sometimes we'll get them on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. But this was really fun because when we went to her farm, they hosted workshops on how to butcher chicken, and they have other ones about herbalism for beginners, as well as making sourdough. In between the rainy days, the kids and I went outside and we weeded, we mulched, I fertilized the soil around our blueberries. My husband also took some time while he was off last week, and he pruned our muscadine grapes, which they really needed it. They were growing way too wild, and there were areas on top of the pergola that I could not reach. After working outside, I decided to take a little break, come on inside and work on getting our new refrigerator ready and adding some charm back to it and organizing it. My husband had to do a lot of work to make it fit because we knew that it was going to be larger than the space that we already had. So I also had to move some things around and just organize some of the other cabinets and drawers to fit all the extra homesteading supplies that we had. This new refrigerator definitely has more space than the old one, and we need the space because we have a lot of fermenting and culturing going on in the background. We also have a huge amount of eggs that our chickens are laying, and so at the end you'll see that I'm adding to our 5-gallon bucket for water glassing the eggs. I have a post and also another video that shows how to water glass eggs if you're interested. It was also about that time to make some more sourdough bread. So I have started using our bread machine for making just like a basic loaf. So simple, and I can't believe that I did not do this sooner. But I try to get several different types of sourdough loaves going. You'll see in another part of this video the sourdough artisan bread that I make. I also made some sourdough bagels, which is really fun for the breakfast on the go, or if we want to make like a breakfast sandwich with all the eggs that we're getting from our chickens. I also made some homemade yogurt along with fermenting some of our vegetables that we got from Misfit Market. In the new freezer, there's a lot of extra space that we can use, and right now, oftentimes the freezer that is in our kitchen, I will keep some of the smaller items. I don't like put all of our meat and whatnot in there. So this one really just houses our things for smoothies. So there's the frozen fruit, the frozen bananas, and then we also froze some of our homegrown pumpkins, and I pureed them. Here I am transferring our homemade yogurt into some quart jars. While I was at the local greenhouse, I went ahead and purchased a few bulk items at a local store. They are about maybe 50 minutes away, so I don't go there often, but it is where I get a lot of our dried grains and then some of our dried fruit and some herbs that we don't grow ourselves. And when I store it for long-term use, I use these Mylar bags, and then I also use the oxygen packs. Thing that I also got to do, which it seems like a lot of things that I did, and it was, like I said, a very busy but productive 2 weeks. I made some time to use some of the scrap fabric that I had from our mudroom door, and I made some new curtains for our pantry, and it basically hides all of the different homesteading supplies and canning jars underneath our pantry counter. I know that was a lot to watch and to see. I don't normally do as much as I have done in the past 2 weeks, but when I do, I want to celebrate it. Even with all the prepping we do throughout the year and all the lessons learned that we use to prepare even more, we are regularly reminded of the fact that we cannot plan for every situation. If you've been watching the news, this past weekend our community was hit hard by a tornado. It was reported at 130 mile per hour winds with a 41-minute touchdown time and spanning 38 miles of destruction. The main road that leads to our property was destroyed, and many neighbors lost their houses and their barns. Some lost their fences and had to sell their cattle because they had no way to be able to keep their cattle in. Our community has come together, and volunteers and official county departments have gone above and beyond serving those who have been affected by this recent tornado. The little baby that I watch and his family were caught in that tornado, and by the grace of God they were able to live through it. And then after the storm had passed, they went from house to house, even if the house wasn't there anymore, to see if everyone was okay. It's a reminder that nothing this side of heaven will last. So no matter how much we try to prepare, it can all be gone in the blink of an eye.